Hey, what's up guys? It's Vale of a Huntress and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Nita and I'm a psychic here on YouTube, and I do pickacard readings and other spiritual based video topics. Yeah, so welcome if you are new. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and if you have subscribed, don't forget to hit the notification bell so every time I upload you get notified. Thank you for everyone who has been booking in readings with me as well. And if you are feeling generous and would like to donate to the channel, you can find that all in the description box below, as long as oh my god, I can't talk today. As well as how to book a personal reading with me, you can find that in the description box as well. If you would like to join me on Patreon, you can find the different exclusive readings, and I have a whole bunch of stuff like podcast journeys that I don't offer here on YouTube, so that's all below if you're interested in having a look. Be so happy to have you. And my Insta and my TikTok, where I post other reels that I don't put on YouTube, that's all in the information box down below. Information box, description box, or whatever. Great. Okay, I think I mentioned everything. Okay, sweet. So in today's reading, I wanted to ask the question, do you have dark witch powers? So I'm going to have 3 options today, and then I am going to have an extended on my Patreon to deliver some channeled messages that have already been pre-written, and just to go a bit deeper. So I feel like I'm going to do that as well today. So all that info fully extended will be, I'll pin that in the comments below. So pile 1 is going to be this card here. Pile 2 is this card here, and pile 3. Okay, so let's just get straight into this. Pile 1, do you have dark witch powers? So let's tune into your energy. And let me get comfortable. Okay. So with this group here, Spirit is telling me that you do you have dark witch powers? Yes. You are very connected to the occult and to the witches circle, which comes from your bloodline, I'm being told. I feel that you are very into the darker side of magic, in terms of the mysteries, the dark feminine, the dark goddesses, the occult, in terms of manifestations, using your craft, your magic, your skills. And this all comes, like I said, from a bloodline so it's been inherited from your bloodline, and because you have a long line of very ancient witches in your bloodline. So you may be very drawn to more, like I said, more of the occult, more of you like to look at what is hidden, what you cannot see. So the unseen. You're very into I'm hearing that you're very into learning about and connecting with different spirits. I am being told, have the ability to connect with deceased loved ones and I'm hearing other entities, or we'll just call them energies, but that's what I heard. So whether you know that whether you've tapped into this ability or you haven't yet, this is definitely something that I'm picking up on that you have within like your bloodline, and that it is a skill that you can tap into to amplify this and to open it up more, is what I'm getting. There's something here too where I'm being told there's something about your dreams that are quite significant. So this comes through in terms of, okay, this is what I'm being told. Because we're all on different stages, it's dependent on where you are in terms of like your spiritual journey, but I'm being told that perhaps when you were younger you had quite like maybe like nightmares or kind of like bad dreams, because when you were younger you were so open, and because you have this ability, you were so open that you were connecting with all these different energies and picking up on lots, and it was actually coming into your dream time, and you were like astral traveling. So I feel that I'm being told that when you grew up that you went through that with the dreams. But I'm also hearing, like, Spirit is telling me that you also went through quite a lot of like heart, there's kind of a lot of heart stuff coming up here, heartbreak, heart like pain. So you may have, and you may have had quite a difficult childhood, I'm hearing, because you were so open, and I'm kind of sensing that your home or something wasn't a very nurturing place for, especially in the gifts that you held. And I'm saying held because everyone's on different journeys. You may have tapped back into this, and some of you may have like suppressed it because you were young and you didn't know what was going on, and you shut it down because there was kind of no one there to let you know what was going on. So you've either like suppressed it and you haven't tapped back into this because it freaks you out, or you've tapped back into it and like you have this ability, is what I'm getting. I'm also hearing about going back through your lineage and this power, this gift. I'm going to say power because it is. There's something here where even throughout your family history, it has been suppressed as well. Okay, I'm picking up on there's more suppression around the females, because a lot of them, like I said, that they are witches, and this is going back for many generations. And there's something here where they weren't allowed to practice their craft, and and they kind of had to do it in secret, or it wasn't allowed. There's something here with like the males and then the females, so some type of like patriarchal thing coming through, and that because the females were very powerful back then, I'm just hearing that it got suppressed. But you had this gift as a child, and it's like no one was there to kind of nurture this quality that you have. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting about. Yeah, because there's something here in your dreams that is like the prophetic dreams that you're having are very, very strong. So like I said, you'll be in different stages, and some of you might be getting them coming through as like bad dreams. So you're just like, what the F is like this, because it like freaks you out and you don't like understand. But it's kind of that you're picking up on different energies and they're coming through. And this is just like a whole learning experience in terms of there's this whole thing too. Like I said, we're at different stages, but this is coming through. So I'll just say it. There's this whole thing coming through about having learning in your spiritual journey, learning about the different boundaries, because you're getting spirits coming at you left, right, and center, I'm being told. So either this is coming through as, like I said, nightmares or disturbances in your sleep. So it's like there's kind of going to be a transition in terms of what you are, how you're going to be translating this energy, and how you're going to be learning how to put up different boundaries and working with this energy for you, and instead of like it kind of like disturbing you is what I'm getting. But this is all a part of your spiritual journey is what I'm getting. So I hope that makes sense. Let's pick some more cards here. But there's something very ancient and something very, very powerful that you hold. So if you're like interested in tapping into this more in a way that you can open up to more of your gifts, but kind of like you want to be learning how to manage it in a way that, like I said, you're not getting the disturbances that are coming through from different energies and different spirits, because like I said, you have this very strong ability with different, not only spirits on the other side, but also there's like galactic, different dimensions, there's so many different energies that exist, and you can you're able to pick up on all of them is what I'm getting. So very powerful. Okay, so you have Dark Witch powers, and then we'll go a bit deeper into this on the extended as well. So let's see. Do you have Dark Witch powers? Oh, well. So we have the Two of Swords. Knight of Swords in reverse. I might pick one more. This is something here about this is about your spiritual journey, because someone wants to come out. Princess of Discs. This is a part of your life lesson, because what I'm being told is you're meant to embrace this part of your heritage, I'm going to say, this part of your lineage in a way that is not disturbing your peace. And there's this whole thing too, because it was suppressed in your ancestral line, that it's kind of like even you tapping into it. You'll have something where either, you've worked through this, like I said, you're in different stages. Either you've worked through this, or there's something here where it's like the piece needs to be put back into place, not just for you, but for your whole lineage is what I'm being told. And this comes through, this is the challenge that you're going to go through and face, because I'm hearing with having such a huge amount of power comes great responsibility. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I just feel like that quote sounded, but that's what I heard. I just thought that quote sounded very cliche, but I don't know where it's from. I just heard it. But that makes sense, because your powers are so strong and you can tap into quite a lot of things. You've either been like in owning this and going through this, you will be able to get peace, but it's going to be very challenging for you, because you're going to have to learn a lot of things in terms of boundaries, in terms of protection, and because you are tapping into the darker side, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up for you in terms of your shadow self and healing is what I'm getting. So I'm going to continue on with these cards and this reading and take it, and we're going to go deeper into this, and then I'm going to pick some channeled messages. So if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, if you would like to join me on the extended on Patreon, just click on the link, and I'm going to continue this reading over there. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I'll see you on Patreon. Hey Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. So you chose this card here. So let's jump into this. Do you have dark witch powers? And then we're going to go deeper in this, deeper into the reading too, and pick some channeled messages for you over on my Patreon. So I'll leave that link, will be in the description, in the comments. Do you have dark witch powers? I'm just going to actually, where's my, where did I put my lighter? And I'm hearing something about a wizard. So I'm hearing that there's something here where you're very connected to this type of wizard archetype or magician archetype, and that in this dark witch power you are able to, I'm hearing, co-create with the universe in order, and you are able to manipulate energy to manifest what you want. There is a massive skill set here in that there's something here in your dark witch power with energy. So you could be very good at reading energy, reading people's energy, or reading the energy in the room or the planets. You pick up on vibes, like, but you can pick up, like, you're different to other people in terms of, like, you know, because with this energy, like you being an energy reader, it's very advanced. So you could be tapping into, I'm hearing, like, because you can read the darker side, the darker aspects of things. So you're getting the whole picture. So not like just someone would kind of like, yeah, you're the extent of what you can read energetically goes very, very deep, is what I'm being told. And that I'm also hearing you can, there's something here with like taste. So your senses are you're very hypersensitive, and that you can smell things, and taste is coming through very strongly. Yeah, there's something about taste. So whether you know this or not, but you have the ability to, when you're picking up on things or when you're reading energy, it's almost like you can feel it, but it's like you can taste it and you have this awareness. I'm just getting so much manifestation. Yeah, because you know how to work with energy and you know how to manipulate it to create what you want. Massive, massive manifestation here. So in this dark witch power, it's very connected to the moon cycles as well, is what I'm getting. So you might be very, you know, I don't want to put like terms on it, but I'm hearing like moon witch. So just that you relate very, there's something with the moon cycles in you and how you manifest or what you could be doing. That's very powerful here, because this is how you create with the cycles. because this is what you've done too in past lives, is what I'm getting as well. There's something coming through in your dark witch powers, is your seductive qualities as well as coming through. You have a very mysterious and very powerful energy, and I'm hearing the more you are coming into your own, the more you are standing in your power, the stronger this is going to get. And there's something here with your magnetism that draws people in, but also there's something here where you're using this to create like your manifestation skills, as to create your manifestations. So there's something in your own energy that is able to bring in what you are desiring. So when you are manifesting, it's like, you would be scripting and you're using the moon cycles and you're using the elements, but whether you know this or not, you're actually using your own energetic field to bring in what you are wanting, is what I'm getting. You draw it in through your energetic field, is what I'm getting. I'm also hearing in your dark witch power, you're very good at disguising yourself, cloaking yourself. And there's a thing here too, whether you have tapped into this or not, is that there's something here that you're very protected, and you have this is something here with like huge boundaries that so whether you've tapped into this or not, sorry, just look. Whether you've tapped into this or not, there's an ability here in this dark witch power where I'm hearing you're able to cut people off quickly. You're able to turn your back on people. There's something here again with its energy. It's energetic. You can cut people off. You can cloak yourself. You can put boundaries up. People don't know what's going on in your life, and you're very, very good at doing this. Yeah, like a cloak, yeah. Which is interesting. You might be interested in I did a podcast reading, that's psychic reading of who some like the people that are jealous on you, and psychic protection, and I talk about the witches veiling, witches cloaking on that. So yeah, check that out on my Patreon. If that's like it's quite interesting. So it's just your dark witch power is very connected to energy. And again, your dark witch power is very seductive because this is how your energy comes across. But it's like we'll all be in different stages. So this is something for you to tap into, and something that will be getting like stronger and stronger, is what I'm getting. Okay, let's pick some cards. There's a lot of like air element coming through. Again, I'm getting with the air element, I'm getting around. You also use in this manifestation dark power, you can think things, your thoughts, and this is just like, this is going beyond just like thinking, like thinking things and they happen, yes, but the way you can, this can happen either way for you. This can be like, if you're thinking really negative thoughts, this can happen, and if you're thinking really good thoughts, it can happen. So because you're so powerful in the way you think and your manifestations, that you need to be very careful too, because you're literally very fast at manifesting stuff, and it can happen very quickly for you. You might maybe struggle a lot with like a lot of mental thoughts, a lot of like mind chatter too. You're very like there's a lot of like mind stuff coming through. And because you pick up on so, like, you're such like an energy sponge too, the boundaries is very important for you to tap into that. And there was also this thing coming through about, because you are very susceptible and you pick up on all different energies, that you could also, you feel a lot of people's like stuff, and that's very important for you to be clearing and putting up boundaries, because you could suffer from, you could get a lot of anxiety too, because you randomly, like, you could be feeling okay and then you get anxiety. That's because you not only are picking up on things around you, which is very, like I said, very important for you to cleanse and be learning more about your energetic field, because you are just, you pick up on so much stuff. Yeah, so like I said, you might get like the anxiousness, and it's like not yours, or you're picking, yeah, now that's what I was getting at. There was something here about you picking up on, like, not only people, but you pick up on a global scale, where something could be happening across the world, and you'll be feeling off, or something is about to happen in your life or something, and you'll start feeling a certain way, and nothing has happened. And that's because, because you're psychic too, like it's like your dark witch powers, like you're able to transcend and go into different dimensions and into like the future, and you're already picking up energetically about what is going to happen, and then you start to feel that in your body. So if something has not happened, and say something upset you, and you're already feeling this like a week out, and then you're like, oh, like, and you say you were really upset about something, your body was, or you just felt really sad and you didn't know why, and then something happened like a week out. So it's really interesting to kind of look at these things too, because you're actually picking up on something that's already happened, and you already knew it was going to happen, so you've like already picked up on that energetically, and then you're feeling it like a week before it's like even happened. So I hope that's made sense to you. Okay, let's pick a few more cards, and then I'm going to take this into Patreon. This whole thing too with your dark witch power is that you're able to you're here to break people's hearts, but in the sense that to help them heal. And you yourself have gone through a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain is what I'm getting in your life, but you've always managed to turn it around. You had to be in the darkness quite a lot of your life. And we have the moon, but it's in reverse, so. And then we had the Four of Swords in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse. And what's the Three of Swords in reverse? So I'm going to read these cards and go a bit deeper and go into the rest of these cards on my Patreon. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and come over to my Patreon if you, and I'm going to continue this because I just want to get more deeper into this reading. So all that will be down below. Don't forget to like this video and share it if you think someone will benefit from it, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya. Hey, what's up, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose this card here, and we're going to be asking the question, do you have dark witch powers? There's something coming through in your dark witch powers is that you are very connected to, I'm getting ravens and crows, a lot of birds coming through here. And there's something here around spirit animals. So in your dark witch power, there's something here with like a telepathic communication with animals, and in your magic, this is how you create things and you communicate with the other side. So it kind of like, you know, that the whole thing where, is it like the raven sends you messages? And because I'm just seeing like you writing something out, and then you're like giving it to this, you're giving it to, yeah, like this raven. Actually, I have the card. Yeah, it's like right over here that I prepared earlier. Yeah, and it says magic. There's something here about this raven coming through, and I really love this card because it's one of the most powerful cards I found. It says own your power as well. So this is something that I'm getting you have done in a past life as well, that you're very connected with these, with, yeah, this, the raven is what I'm seeing. I was seeing in my mind's eye. So it's like you might have, this might be one of your spirit animals, or you might feel a very close connection to the raven or to some type of bird or some other, it could be another spirit animal, but this is something that you could tap into more, because the raven is all about, like I said, like the magic and owning your power, and it's very ancient is what I'm getting in your dark witch power. There's something here about, in your dark witch power, something coming through about telepathic communication. So you have the ability in this dark witch power, there's something here with like the telepathic thoughts, and that you are also able to read people's minds is what I'm getting. So I'm being told like your dark witch power is there's this whole thing too with the crown, and your third eye is the way that you predominantly work is what I'm getting. And there's this whole thing too of duality, in that you can, it's like you can look at people and you know both the dark and the light. There's something here about duality. You're very aware of both sides of life. Or again, this is something that is going to be learned because you haven't tapped into it, and some of you have. I'm also hearing in your dark witch power is that you can put on different personalities and different personas. Like you can be like a shapeshifter, which makes sense because that's like the animals are like the, yeah, that makes sense. It's like the, like you could even shape, like you wouldn't even know, you could probably shape shift in your dream time, and you would probably be in this bird form, or you could be traveling, you know, and traveling around the world, and you would be shape-shifting in this form is what I'm getting. It's really cool. Yeah, because there's something here too, even when you're not astral traveling or in your dream time or in your meditation time, there's something here where you're able to what am I getting? You're able to be like put on a persona of who you want to be. So you are very good in this dark witch power of putting on a mask and being like a person, being a persona is what I'm getting. So you might be quite hard to read, or like people might not really know the real you. But there's something here where your energy and just even something about your looks is that you're like the shapeshifter. Something about like your looks change. You can actually, like I'm hearing like you might look different all the time, or like you're very interchangeable, and there's something, this is like a part of like your powers. Something like in this energetics. Because you know you can make yourself look different, right? Whether this is something through your own craft or something you can yet to tap into, whether this is through subliminals or whether this is through your own craft, you're able to change the way you look. And people might comment too. There's something about your looks coming through. So you could have been recently working on how you look. But there's a lot of things coming through too about, you know, when you are changing how you look on the outside, it is an energetic thing, and it's also too about healing from the inside, and that's when you start to look different and change on the outside because your energetic frequency is changing. You're very connected to, again, you are very connected to the witch's line, and it's like I'm getting like the affinity symbol that could mean something to someone. Okay, so it means that you've been doing this for many lifetimes. You're very connected into the witch line, like it is in your bloodline, but you have in many, many lives, this has been your path. It's a continuous journey. That's what they're telling me. So do you have dark witch powers? I'm also getting people you're very strong in your presence, and people are intimidated by you is what I'm getting. You're very knowledgeable in your craft, very knowledgeable, and you hide things a lot. Like, you don't tell a lot of people what you do because you know that gives it more magic. You could be working on, I'm hearing potions. There's something here where you're making something. There's something here with like liquid and you're doing something with it, is what I'm being told. Or you could be. If I'm kidding you, this is what you're doing. It's something like you use some type of liquid in your magic. So this could be water element. But again, it's like water element, but you're adding, some of it's just water that you're very connected to. But there's something here too where you could be the essential oils or something that is in a liquid form is kind of like your kind of gig is what I'm getting. Okay, let's pick some cards. And then, yeah, I am going to take this a bit more deeper. It's like, even though we have gone deep, like deeper, and pick some channeled messages as well over on Patreon if you do want to join me over there. So let's pick a few more cards before we do that. Your dark witch powers. It's definitely you're able to look into other people's dreams. There's something very significant about astral traveling. Okay, we have the Prince of Wands. Again, this like is the lion coming through. You're very connected to animals. There's a lot of fearless energy and a lot of ancestral energy. A lot of like, you're not afraid of anything is what I'm getting. And that's because you know you're very, very protected. I'm also getting in this dark witch power, the sun element is quite significant as well in terms of like your magic. And then we have, this is like the Justice card. In this dark witch power too, it's kind of like, even without you doing anything, if anyone was to do anything to you, it would kind of just fall back on you, would get the justice that you deserved is what I'm getting. Like I said, you're very protected in this craft, in this dark magic, in this witch power is what I'm getting. you could also, there's a lot of, like I was saying, the sun, so this could come through and you using very, and this dark witch power is very connected to fire element too. I'm getting an air being especially with that raven coming through. And again, like the traveling, because like I said, it's like the telepathic, this dark witch power is like you can look into other people's minds, other people's dreams, your astral traveling, you're going to different realms. But your mind and the way you use it, and like I said, you're all up in the crown, like the crown and the third eye is like where I'm sensing this. Okay, let's get any last messages. So I take this to Patreon. Dark witch power. It's just like I'm getting, it's just again with this protection that comes through for you in this dark witch power is there's something here. I'm just getting with like this lion too, that it's just like no one can mess with you. There's something here where you have, it's like your ancestors or something, they have put up this huge kind of shield. And I'm still just getting this animal, like this lion coming through, is that they put up something where no one can, and if they, no one can miss, like, even like, you know, because we live in a world where, you know, things happen, right? But if something was to, in like cause and effect, justice would be served and you would always get what, was rightfully yours, or it would turn in your favor is what I'm getting. And then, yeah, so I hope that makes sense. But this dark witch power is very ancient and very connected to your ancestors is what I'm getting. Great, and I'm going to take this deeper and pick some channeled messages on Patreon. So if you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my content. And if you'd like to share it with someone if you think they would benefit, please do. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, if you'd like to join me on Patreon, yeah, see you over there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.